The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Media Mash,
A roundtable of Cowboys insiders
dropping wisdom
and offering sizzling takes
on the current state of your Dallas Cowboys.
Now, your host,
Newy Scruggs.
Here we are. It is the Media Mash going into the Cowboys' second to last game of the season against the Philadelphia Eagles, who in first place. Got Jacques Taylor here. You have Clarence Hill. I am Newy Scruggs.
We the committed ones.
Man, this is what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. We show up.
Day after Christmas Day, holiday, we're still working. We're still working. The Cowboys are still working. We were in the locker room today, and Micah Parsons was in a good mood.
Why not?
Got a golf cart for Christmas.
Who you get it from?
It's a girl.
I had to ask that question,
This girl gave me a golf cart. Get
He,
your butt
he
up
said,
out the house.
He said
so
she got me a golf cart. I said, who is she? Who is she?
See, that's the way young reporters. That's the way you follow
Who
up.
is she?
Who is she? Put out there.
My lady.
Make it public. Just don't invite them into your relationship.
Who is she?
Her,
You always want
my queen.
You always want to kind of follow. Hey, have you ever seen the CeeDee Lamb video? Did you ever have to do that?
Stop it.
That's still classic now.
It is.
I mean, the way he just.
I mean, you know,
Way he took it so smooth, though.
Listen, well, that just shows you how good his hands are. How quick his hands are. How strong his hands
I mean,
are.
it's just like when the ball comes, he don't flash him to the last second. He just say things. She touch it.
I mean, most trusted. I want you to do. The behind the scenes on that one day.
That one was worth an oral history, right
yes,
there.
Yes,
That was worth an oral
I
history.
really would.
And then what happened? We got to talk to the girl as oral history. What was going through your mind when he snatched it back?
I mean, where is she now?
What was you looking for?
I'm not doing. I'm glad you brought up CeeDee Lamb. I'm glad you brought up Micah Parsons.
I'm telling. Can you do that for the draft? Because the draft is coming up. Cowboys going to have a pick. You know.
I'm glad you brought up CeeDee Lamb. I'm glad you
He
brought
got
up
a lot
Micah
of love
Parsons.
from Micah Parsons today.
Yes, and it came up because there's a chance CeeDee may not play. He's having a great season. He didn't practice today. Jerry said we'll see how he feels. Certainly, he's labored through some things. He hasn't practiced a lot over the last month. But it was a little different this week because he didn't even talk to the media for the first time. So there's a chance he may not play. But this is Thursday.
Time.
We'll learn on tomorrow and Saturday whether he plays. But it's a good chance to take stock in who CeeDee is and what he's done this season. And Micah Parsons probably had the quote of the year on CeeDee.
He's had several quotes of the year.
Yeah, but he called me. As soon as he said, I looked at Machota. Aha! He said, he basically said CeeDee is QB proof.
Yes.
He might be the best player that I've seen with my own eyes. He's the man. He loves the game of football. I don't think anybody should ever question how much CeeDee brings to the team or his it factor. He's QB proof. I've seen him get 1,000 with Andy Dalton, get 1,000 with Dak Prescott, get 1,000 with Cooper Rush. He'll get grace to all these other receivers and say, oh, they're not producing because they don't have their quarterback. But CeeDee is showing time and time again he could do what anybody throwing. He can find a way to get open. He's competitive. He's a dog. I just don't think he's comparable. That's why I think he's the best.
Now, see, that's also a perceptive quote, not just kind words, but it also says, I really understand the game and what it's all about and how, your guy can be missing, but the best of the best can still figure out a way to get open. And I think it took him some time to figure out how to coexist with Cooper Rush because those first 3 or 4 games were like 6 for 30, 5 for 22, and then he finally figured out what routes work best for them and how they could make it happen.
I remember talking to Hall of Famer Tim Brown, and he said to me, sometimes as a receiver, you got to make the quarterback. And Tim was obviously that good because he caught some passes
From some guys.
Billy Joe Hobarts of the world.
No. And I don't want to jump on you, but you're right. And our guy Keyshawn, his famous quotes, I ain't Bugs Bunny, I can't throw it and catch it too. Look at all the bums that I played with. He played with some bums.
He go down the list proudly. He go down the list
I ain't
proudly.
Bugs Bunny, I can't throw it and catch it too, like I'm in a cartoon.
I missed them chats with Key by the locker.
I remember the time Keyshawn told me he was the best overall #1 pick since Peyton Manning. And
he probably got a point of view to prove it.
Oh, he believed it, huh?
went through it. And he went through it, and then I hit him with, what about Orlando Pace?
Oh, he a lineman, man. We talking about skill position guys.
Shut up. He a lineman. That don't count. What you mean don't count? This man going to Hall of Fame. This man you talking about you got a Super Bowl ring, Orlando Pace got a Super Bowl ring, Orlando Pace going to Hall of Fame. I didn't tell him at the time, Keyshawn, you not, but he didn't want to hear it. But yeah, I was like, I said, man, this guy's brilliant, man, and changed the whole thing.
At some point, we're gonna have to discuss our all-time favorite locker room people to talk to.
Boy, because we're old enough to have been around, we will have a good.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
I mean, maybe people you've heard. I mean, that were big-time players, or maybe players who were not quite as big-time.
I probably say to put the podium. Who's on the podium? The bronze medal, silver medal, gold medal.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, and one thing I like about Micah, because he wants it, which, as I said at the time, which is how he got in trouble with the Mike McCarthy thing, is he was trying to give us something. He really cares about it. He thinks a deep thinker. He was trying to give us something. He said too much, but he was trying to give us something. And that's what Michael and Deion do. Deion, you get that? You remember back in the day, they knew when they said something. That's some good stuff right there,
Deion will stop you.
Yeah.
Hey, you get that down?
Yeah, So I'm just saying, though, that I remember, them in the middle of quotes, patting themselves on the back of what they just said.
To me, it's Michael. Michael's is
on
champion. He's right.
But what I'm saying is that's how Michael, and like I said, what Michael was trying, and he does it. He's a great talker, and he does. Sometimes he goes overboard, but everybody can't hit a home run at bat. But he gives you want to be there and listen to him talk.
Yeah, he's good, but we've been spoiled. The three of us have been spoiled because we've.
No, but I'm just talking about in this day and age, though. You don't get guys that are like that, though. And they try to be minimalist, and they don't try to say something. They don't try to get in trouble, and Mike he speaks it just like today. You were there today. We were asking Mike, and I asked a question about Mike McCarthy, and I said, are you happy that he's not trying to tank, and he's playing to win,
playing
and the attitude he's not trying to run guys. He said, "Oh, that's us. Look at us. We trying to play to win. You see, we had nothing to play for last week, and guys gave their all. So he don't get a political. Yeah, Mike's doing a good. He says what's on his mind, what he thinks. The same thing about Zimmer. They talked about, he was asked about Zimmer, what Zimmer's on. He said, "No, that's us. We've learned, and it's the whole locker room." And he said, and he's right.
It's the players.
Zimmer don't scream no more. Because everybody thought Zimmer would come in dog cussing and screaming. He talks barely above a whisper. He just line up guys, and it's the other coaches, it's the players, it's a collective. We give Zimmer the credit because he's the defensive coordinator, but it's all of the guys who have been a big part of this revamping of the defense.
Agreed. I think that what Micah says is something that you'll hear the great coaches talk about. Greg Popovich, Bill Belichick. It's the players.
It's always the players.
Right.
Players got to set the tone. I mean, even the great coaches, it still remains the players must set the tone and carry out your wishes and carry out, it's help establish the culture that you're trying to set as a coach, which is why if they're not doing that, you get rid of them and get guys in who can help you carry out your culture. I think the other thing you got to understand as we get older, players come in or younger, the guys on this team, a lot of them have grown up in a cell phone, Instagram, text era. They're not even used to talking because all their conversations are group chats and texting. And for them to sit down and verbalize and have conversations really is not something that they do on a regular basis.
That is a fair point. We are dealing with different types of athletes now in the way
just kids.
They
I mean, the way these people grew up, these kids, which is like our kids. I mean, the same thing. You have one time my son not a week ago, it was really about a year ago. He sent me a text. I'm like, "Dog, what is this?" Because he got all his acronyms in there. I'm like, I don't mind you texting, but send me complete sentences, dog. That's all I ask.
Do a voice note. Tell me exactly what's in here. Understood.
Because LMK, I don't want to think that fast, that hard.
Yeah, no, my 13-year-old's into that now, so luckily I've been able to break down
from the other two.
Most of it. Other two still send sentences, but the youngest is trying different things in there and stuff like that. So, Yes, I get it. But one of the things that we talked about MVP and Micah Parsons, I said, talk about it on your podcast. Always trying to help him out there.
Trying to give some content.
Yes, and so right. So then he yes, and then he pontificated what he said. When Clay says he likes to talk, started to pontificate off that. He was going to go Joe Burrow. So yes, guys want to talk on their podcast.
That's a libertarian vote. I mean, it's not going to affect the fight. I mean, you go vote. Vote for Lamar, vote for Josh. Don't be casting these votes and somebody get 427 votes. Just vote for a candidate that matters.
This man had his Bernie Sanders moments. He said Joe Burrow got a bad defense.
He does. Joe Burrow been fantastic this year.
He said, look at Joe's numbers, man.
Yeah, he said Joe Burrow surprised me. He didn't say the guy in Buffalo.
Josh Allen.
Well, Josh Allen and Lamar, I mean, statistically, they just neck and neck.
Well, Joe's up there too, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I understand.
He just got a bad. He said, "I got a bad defense. That ain't his fault," and he's right because you don't take into account how much all of that matters. He scored over 30 points a game, and they lose because the defense is awful.
Hey man, how many MVPs Pistol Pete Maravich get averaging 37 points a game? The team got to win. It's not fair, but it's what it is.
Yeah, but it's the overall conversation about is it about the best player or the best player on the best team? And that's what we're talking about. That's what he was talking about.
Best team.
Right. But that don't make it but
that don't make it right.
But people make it about the best player and it doesn't necessarily just like last year, Lamar, he talked about it. He didn't think Lamar deserved it last year. Because Lamar had a Triple Crown defense. You can smile, but he's right.
I'm trying to figure out who he voted for last year.
He probably voted for Dak. He said Dak had better numbers.
Right.
But and you could have gave it to Joe. We could have gave it to a lot of people last year. But Lamar's numbers this year compared to last year, they dwarf. I mean, his numbers off the charts this year compared to last year.
And they still lost 5 games somehow.
Yeah, but his numbers off the chart. But the defense this year is not near as good as the defense last year. Last year's defense was he said a Triple Crown defense that led the league in yards and points and everything else, and that made a difference in their overall team success.
And what's funny is ain't nobody talking about Pat Mahomes and his 14-1 team.
No, because his numbers are bad. But his numbers are appreciably worse than those guys. If they was in the same category, it'd be a different story.
And Mahomes is also, I talked a little bit about last podcast players time. Mahomes is you're a victim of your own success.
That's really my point.
Like that, well, you didn't do the year we did give it to you. You did this, and that, so we're not going to do it now.
But again, it's his numbers are bad.
But what's the bottom line?
It's winning.
That we talk about all the time. But at the end with quarterbacks.
But at the end of the day, you have to you still have to put up comparable numbers.
Yeah, I'm not even voting for it.
And if somebody tweeted the other day, the Kansas City was one of like 5 teams who have not scored 30 points in a game this season.
Every team they face been a great defense.
Not every team they face. They won like 5 teams. The other 5 teams like like the Giants or whatever. They're all bad teams except Kansas City. They're 15-1. Everybody, the other teams have not won more than 3 games. They have not scored more than 30. They have not scored 30 points a game one time this year.
Now you know what's interesting about all this?
That's crazy though.
I know.
With the firepower they got,
is that's a very good conversation. And if you poll the players in the NFL, as we talk about who's the most valuable player, you said you down 5.
You want Patrick Mahomes on the No, there's no question about that. But it also speaks to the larger point is their defenses really they have not given up. That means the other team has not scored 30 points either. And we talk about the Cowboys. I mean, how many times the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed? I mean, that plays a role in how you play quarterback and your ability to win games.
When people know you got to pass, and then Joe Burrow knows, okay, guess what? Here comes the heat, and you're getting it done. Yeah. There's definitely something to be said for that. I kind of go back to what Randy Galloway had used to talk about when he was a columnist here in town. He said there's no winners on losers when he do his MVP voting. Randy Galloway's just thought was if your team is losing, I can't give you an MVP. Some people feel differently. But that was his thing there.
We could talk about it in break. I'm sorry. We've got breaking news. CeeDee Lamb is out the next 2 games. I think that was...
Oh, the next 2?
Yes. His injury has progressed to the point he was listed out for the remaining 2 games.
All right, let's take a break and dive into that next right here on the Media Mash on DallasCowboys.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. They sure make game day special, and for every purchase of the new Tyson Cowboys Nuggets this holiday season, Tyson Foods will donate $1 to the Salvation Army up to $100,000. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Media Mash.
Media Mash brought to you by nobody here on a Thursday. We are at the Star in Frisco and SWBC Podcast Studios. He's Jacques Taylor. There is Clarence Hill. I'm Newey Scruggs. All right, so breaking news. You did last segment, but redo it again. Redo it again, sir.
Yeah, the Cowboys just announced that CeeDee Lamb will be out the final 2 games of the season. We just were talking about CeeDee, and I felt that way when the way talk turned today about CeeDee and Micah being, so giving him the ultimate praise about him, and certainly you talk to Cooper Rush, you talk to Mike McCarthy about CeeDee. He didn't practice today. He didn't talk to the media today. In the past, even when he hasn't practiced, been limited practice, he talked to the media. But the scans on CeeDee's shoulder have determined that his injury has now progressed to the point that he will be listed as out for the remaining 2 games of the season. He will undergo a process of treatment and rehab for his shoulder. Is not currently expected to require surgery and is expected to make a full recovery. He's fought and played valiantly. I do believe that if the Cowboys had something to play for, they may have made a different decision. But what's the point of having him go out there and jumble that shoulder? And he talked about,
hurt it worse.
He talked about how painful it is, and you saw every time he gets hit, every time he gets tackled, he's done yeoman's work.
There's nothing more to prove, and I think even just in our conversations with CeeDee Lamb and when he's talked, it has bothered him of things people have said about the money and everything else. But CeeDee Lamb has more than proven himself, and I could argue, and I did on the last show, I think he's the team's MVP.
I don't think you got to argue about it. I mean, who else?
Okay, time out.
On offense, defense, or the total team?
It ain't the kicker.
That's what Heckner Harrison sat in that chair and said the same thing you did, and said the kicker. And I said, to me, it kind of reminds me of baseball when you're going to put a pitcher in MVP, where somebody's getting out there playing every day. I mean,
I wouldn't even say a starter. I say he's more like a closer or reliever.
Right. But CeeDee Lamb is making the plays and getting down the field. You got the quarterback situation. You got no help on the other side. Even the person you thought was going to help a little bit, Ferguson has not had the year you thought. And hey, man, we getting doubled doing all this. He's hurt. To me, when I look at CeeDee Lamb, to me, I don't think there's anybody who had a better season with all the circumstances and everything than him. Brandon Aubrey's a fantastic player. He's going to make All-Pro at his position. But to me, when I think of MVP of this team, give me CeeDee Lamb.
And I think that's part of the MVP conversation because I think Brandon Aubrey's had the better season. Now, MVP, valuable, what you've done for the team, I see the case made for CeeDee Lamb. But as far as the best player at what he's done, I don't think there's a few players in the league who've been better than Brandon Aubrey at what he is asked to do game in and game out. And I think he should be the first team All-Pro kicker and all of that. But when you talk about most valuable, that's where we get to talk about who's having the best season, who's the most valuable player, which we were talking earlier about the quarterback. I would not argue that CeeDee has been the most valuable.
No, because Brandon ain't kicking no field goals if CeeDee ain't playing.
And I start to think here, here's Mike McCarthy, possibly could save his job. If CeeDee Lamb, hey, shoulders out, tap me out, 3-4 games ago, they're probably not in a position to even win these games. And like I said, Brandon Aubrey's lined up kicking some 58-yarders and whatnot, but it's not because Jalen Brooks. It's because CeeDee Lamb.
Maybe it'd be because of Jalen Brooks and Jalen Tolbert this week.
They're about to show it.
Listen, if they beat the Eagles without CeeDee Lamb, because he opens up so much, and he was such a part of last week's game.
Even if Jalen Hurts don't play?
Eagles defense is still pretty good.
Okay.
Allegedly.
I just like to ask the questions.
Yeah.
They got the joystick as offensive coordinator.
I mean, we can't talk about if Jalen Hurts don't play when you're without Dak and the CeeDee.
I just asked the question.
I agree. I understand that, but we're not going to give them no grace, for their injuries when the Cowboys, our pros are sitting on the sideline. But and I don't know if it's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be a tough game. It's one thing to get up last week, right after you find, it's another thing to go through this week and go to Philadelphia in this nasty weather to get up and play and have that same. Now you're without at least the most reliable weapon, the thing you could count on the most is CeeDee Lamb. This is a tall order for Cooper Rush, the quarterback. And you remember last week, that offense was certainly different in the second half than the first half. Once that script is out,
3 points in the second half.
Yeah,
they couldn't do anything.
They couldn't do anything, and that defense saved them. And it's going to be and really the biggest. And listen, and I think Cooper Rush said about it today. We talk about QB wins, and everybody you talk about you got to be able to win. Cooper Rush, because they asked him, "Well, you're 8-3, 8-4 as a starting quarterback." He said, "So that QB win stat is so messed up because a lot of it has to do with the defense. A lot of it has to do with turnovers. A lot of things play a role in us winning games, and so there, that QB win stat is out of whack. And I think people are finally waking up to it's more than this. It's an ultimate team game. And just like last week, Cooper Rush had a good first half. Second half, offense could do nothing. It was the defense that won that game. But Cooper Rush gets the win, and everybody thought, well, he's 4-1 to start the last 5 games. And there are people say, well, see, why we need to pay Dak? You see what we're doing with Cooper Rush? It's larger conversations than that.
And it also goes back to something Bill Parcells talked about. We covered him here about bus drivers, and it's not it's not a put down.
Yeah.
But Cooper Rush is an undrafted free agent from Central Michigan, and he's done the work and carved out a place in this league, which has to be more than respected. But Cooper Rush is not a guy that coordinators are sitting up at night saying we got to do this. You're not preparing for.
He was a free agent once and went
to the Giants and came back, and he had people always say, oh, he was 5-1, this or that, and I've said this to people, and nobody signed him.
Yeah.
You know what he's done for all this. We'll be okay without Dak. I'm like, yeah, nobody signed Cooper. Because there's some certain folks who say he doesn't fit what we do. He fits here, and he's done a very good job with what he's had. But he has to have pieces around him to win.
And as Eddie Murphy said a long time ago in one of his specials, take the wheel, Google, take the wheel, Take the wheel this week without CeeDee. Let's see what that passing game looks like. You want to impress me? Let's see what you look like without CeeDee and these.
Go throw for 300 this week.
and throw for 200 this week. It's going to be tough.
Jalen Tolbert, show us something.
Yeah, this is a game for Jalen Tolbert to step up.
I call it turpentine. I mean, go make him the focal point this week. Run him on some jet sweeps, some deep, some slants, some posts, and whatever, man. Let that man play this week.
And I was talking to, I asked Jordan Lewis about, the Cowboys and not making this about developmental young guys still trying to win. He said, shoot, we've been playing with young guys all year. We've been playing rookies all year, because of all the injuries. They've been out having to put their young guys out there. So the only really change that you can make is say, it's going to be about it's that quarterback. But
true.
who else you going to put out there?
You've been putting him out there all year long? Yeah.
Everybody else has been out there all year long playing. If they got a pulse and they can do something, they've been playing and getting developed.
Right.
Which is another credit to what this coaching staff has done. But you definitely have it's a tall order now, man. So CeeDee Lamb out. And who knows who else may be out. Did Eric Kendricks practice?
They haven't sit down and practice for it yet.
Okay. But that's, there's the task to finish the season at Philadelphia and at home against Washington is hard. It is hard. So this team last week against Tampa Bay on Sunday night, that may have been the final win.
I mean, I would think so. I didn't think they was going to get that one. So.
Right, we didn't think they was going to get that one. So, I mean, you never know because I really thought they were losing that game.
We all did.
So you can't count them out. But I understand. And because, Washington, I don't know, does Philly have anything? They have playoff position? They have the second seed? Are they locked in?
Minnesota's 12-2.
No, but the division winner can't. If you don't win the division, you can't be the second seed.
Right.
They may be locked into the second seed already. But
yeah, they're better than the other two.
Most definitely. So I don't know. In Washington, I think we'll be playing for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
But
see, that's what I thought, based off what you said, that's why I thought Jalen Hurts might not play this week. But yeah, Washington will definitely be playing for something. So
it's the beauty of the National Football League. They have done a good job of making it interesting toward the end, and even for the Cowboys who are out of playoff contention, things are going to be interesting. Who plays, who goes about their business, and Micah Parsons still is continuing to rack up the sacks and looks for Clarence after these games to let him know he's still that lion as he's got the golf cart now. He's going to get lions put on the side. He does not own a set of golf clubs.
She bought him a cart with no clubs.
Who?
Maybe that's for his birthday.
Micah.
First of all, these people just got money to just be buying stuff. She bought him a cart, and he's going to decorate himself, trick it out himself. He's going to do the Dion, trick the cart out. But she bought him a golf cart, and now he said he may think about taking up golf.
All right.
Better than going to Europe and Asia in off season. I mean, maybe he'll just be around, playing golf. So he'll be here for minicamp and OTAs.
He can go to Europe and play for sure.
I'm trying to keep it local. I'm trying to keep it local. I'm trying to give him reasons to stay
St.
around.
Andrews.
Trying to give reasons to stay around.
young Michael Woods.
Give reasons to stay around. But it was a, because I asked Cooper Rush, because it was a lively Cowboys locker room. We were talking to Cooper Rush and everybody was in there. This is not a team in the dumps. For a team that's out of the playoffs.
I was say 2 weeks ago it was dead. It was like a funeral.
It was. But that's what winning does, though. Even if you're out of it, and Jordan said, we like to win, we like to play, And I don't, you want to be spoiled. No, it ain't about being. I don't think about that's the whole media. You want to be spoilers.
No, that was one dude asking.
Okay,
but it's not media, it's fans.
Okay, whatever. Ain't nobody thinking about being a spoiler. We out there playing. We want to win. Want to do our best.
Somebody, I did a radio show this week, and somebody asked me, said, "How do you think they stay into it and want to go to work and do this?" And I go, don't you want to go to work and have some personal pride and just do your best?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I just don't understand this whole line of questions. They're going to quit. They're not quitters. These are football players. They're
competitors.
They're competitors. It's just like this week. I'm at home and so many people. Why are you going to work?
What you mean?
It's football season.
I mean,
why are you going? Somebody, what you going to work for? The Cowboys season? No, it's not. We got 2 games left. Why you going? I was last night. We was at a joint friend's house. Why you going to work? The season's over. I said, I got to go to work tomorrow, guys. Well, it's not over for me. It's not over for the players.
I like to offer my apologies. I did ask if we had a show today.
I mean, we didn't have one on Jock Talk.
No, Jock Talk, we took the week off.
I didn't get that message.
He don't listen to the episodes because we talked about it for a long time.
I didn't get that message. I didn't get no personal message saying we're not
I'm
working
sorry,
this week.
I forgot. I better send one to Archie tomorrow for next week.
So you haven't told Archie.
Hey, Arch, we're not doing Jock Talk on Tuesday. And we can't afford to be like the other state. We can't say, hey, Newey, can you and Cooper Steen come in and do the show while me and Big Joe go on vacation?
But anyway, some of us understand we have to work through till the season's over. Every day we're out here. It's a work week. Like people, you going next week to the Texas game? That's a work week. Cowboys have practice on New Year's Day. I'm not leaving to go to Atlanta in the middle of the week.
I go back to The Last Dance in episode 7 when they were talking about Michael Jordan and B.J. Armstrong. I said, was he a nice guy? He couldn't have been a nice guy. And Michael goes through the thing of, you know what? My teammates all came after me. There's a standard. He said, did I drag some people sometimes when they didn't want to get dragged? Did I get some ass when I had to? I said, yes. It's because I wanted to win. But you ask any of my teammates, Michael Jordan never did anything. He didn't do anything. He asked me to do anything that he didn't effing do.
Right.
And he said, I wanted to win. And some of you may say, well, you know what? You're a bad guy. He said, because you never won anything.
Yeah.
That's why you feel that way. And then he tears up. He's like, you don't want to play that way? Don't play that way. And what I took from Jordan Lewis was that, you know what, we're here to play and win. I'm not putting in all this time. I'm not coming in here to go out here and lose so there's a higher draft pick. I'm going to be a free agent. Other people are free agents. My name is out here. I'm not trying to go get embarrassed on national TV. I'm a player. I am here to get out here, do my job. I'm not trying to let Devontae Smith go run past me for 75 yards.
Right, and I'm glad you brought up Jordan Lewis because you talked about CeeDee Lamb, but nobody's been an epitome of doing their job from the beginning of training camp throughout the season, injuries, whatever else, playing through it all, coming off of potential career-ending injury, than Jordan Lewis. And last week was the purpose of them. That play he made, that interception he made, was as good as any play the Cowboys have made all season. You know, you talk about spectacular plays. That was a spectacular play, and I saw him in the locker room. I said, Jordan, how many times have you seen it? How many times you looked at that replay? Every day. Every time somebody sent it to me. Because we talked to him after the game, but after the game, he didn't get to see it. But everybody been showing him clips and clips. He said, every time somebody showed me that clip, I watch it. I said, it was worth watching. Because it was a bad elbow. He just hurt his elbow the week before, you know, and that was the arm he wouldn't brought the ball down with. But it was a spectacular play, but it was epitome of what Jordan Lewis has been on this team.
Which is
never giving up.
One of the things, Jacques, Clarence, you know, and we've done this so long, and where, no offense to the fans, but when you're in the room and you talk to people every day, Chris Beam, you relate to this too because you covered this team for 2 decades as well. You're around football players. The mentality is different. And I remember somebody saying, "Oh, they beat Tampa Bay. They can't even do their job right. Go get a pick." I'm like, nobody in a room is sitting around thinking about a draft pick because essentially, in a lot of ways, you and I know what the players think about the draft. Here's my replacement. Are they gonna take somebody at my spot? They're trying to sit up here and move up here so you can go get somebody in my spot. I mean, they don't sit around and do that the way people think. They're here to play. And when you have as many free agents as the Cowboys have, dudes want opportunities. Because whether they're playing for Jerry Jones next year or somebody else in the league, they're trying to get a check. They're trying to have good film. The agents are looking for them to have the best tape possible. So going down against Philadelphia and just laying down for no reason is not it. They get beat. But they're not trying to go voluntarily, not be prepared to go out here and do that job.
Nah, that's not on the checklist, though.
No, it is not. All right, let's take our final break right here on the Media Match with Jacques Taylor, Clarence Hill. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is DallasCowboys.com.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, And SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. They sure make game day special, and for every purchase of the new Tyson Cowboys Nuggets this holiday season, Tyson Foods will donate $1 to the Salvation Army up to $100,000. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
Back to Media Mash.
Media Mash, brought to you by nobody. Most trusted Clarence Hill, All City Dallas, Jock Taylor, the author. I'm Newey Scruggs. CeeDee Lamb not playing against Philadelphia this week. The Cowboys close the season out with 2 divisional games at Philadelphia. Then they come home to take on the Washington Commanders. Philadelphia handled the Cowboys at Jerry World earlier this year, but Philadelphia's got a couple of their own issues. Quarterback Jalen Hurts dealing with a concussion, and Kenny Pickett dealing with injuries as well. So we'll see exactly who lines up for Philadelphia at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
And Michael said it's still F Philly.
In case you forgot.
Said F Philly last week, and it's F Philly today.
I did ask him. You got some family in the stands here going to the game because it's always interesting.
It's always close. It's not for an hour and a half from his house. Hometown.
I know, but it's still just those folks are crazy. I stopped going up there, man. People up there, they're doing way too much.
Michael Parsons' family from where you from, they ain't scared. They got that same Philly mentality.
Okay. They ready for it.
They ready.
They're about that life.
Yeah, they come locked and loaded, okay?
Yeah. He said his mama's going. Like, okay.
Yeah, his mama go everywhere.
Yeah.
Our mama go everywhere. There ain't nobody messing with mama either.
Okay. All right. Hey.
I'm telling you right now, ain't nobody messing with mama.
I stopped,
Yeah, my sister lives in the city of Brotherly Love.
I stopped going up there, man.
Ain't nobody messing with Parsons' mama.
They told us, hey, don't wear your...
Because the daddy a little bitty. I'm just saying.
So
Parsons got all everything. Parsons from mama.
Them genes jumped the generation.
Daddy my size. Okay. Ain't nobody messing with Parsons' mama.
So my sister took my dad last year to the Philadelphia Buffalo game.
Okay.
In Philly. So you know me. Hey, Dad, I know you. What you wearing to the game? My Buffaloes? Nah, Dad, we're not doing that, man. No, man. Dad, I know you one step away from a black belt. You ain't had a fight in 25 years. Don't be wearing your Buffalo stuff. Then I had to call my sister. Make sure Dad don't. He might sneak and pack it. Make sure he ain't wearing that out there. I don't want y'all in
no
fisticuffs.
Hat, no scarf, no jacket.
So what did he do?
He finally listened to his son's judgment.
Okay.
No, look, they told us, and I was up there. Don't wear your Channel 5 gear.
Oh, not even the reporters gear.
No.
Because you then represent the state of Dallas.
So, not only that now. So now you wear you wear neutral.
What I gotta wear? I gotta wear brown.
Wear a black coat. Photographer Noble takes the mic. He takes the mic flag off.
Really?
Why y'all do all of that?
Yes.
Man, me and Chill used to walk through there with Lone Star patch on the sleeve. Like, what's up?
They coming. They trying to come for you, and so I know me. At this point in time,
I think it was worse at that other stadium. I mean, it's still bad. It's not as bad at this stadium as it was at that old stadium.
Nah, that old stadium crazy, and I'm not sure it was bad as it was at the Raiders back when they was at the black hole.
The black hole was fine. I was okay in the black hole. Black hole was fine. I didn't have issues. Philadelphia was, and I'd seen some other people. And
No, Philadelphia at a different level now.
Yeah, so I just
I'm admit to that.
You're not about to come up on me, and I was like, no, I need to stop going. Positive pack.
Send some good vibes out there, Pat. Why you walking through the parking lot?
Say prayers for him and everything, but I don't want that.
Did y'all watch halftime yesterday?
I did not, sir. I did
not. You didn't watch the game?
I was with my kids and just hanging out, man. Sorry.
Y'all had a game on TV?
I didn't. I didn't.
Okay. So you haven't seen none of the replays?
I didn't see the replay, and I was watching. I had basketball on, and I know the game was on Netflix. And yeah, I got Netflix, but I just had it on basketball, and except I was just doing that. But go ahead, Clarence.
Did you watch it?
Watched some of it. You know, I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan.
Okay.
Like if I never heard another Beyonce song, it would. I didn't say she wasn't beautiful. I just said I'm not a big fan of the music. It's okay, but if I never heard it again, I wouldn't miss it.
And as I said the other day, this week, I said, and Sade, I don't get it.
What?
Sade either. If I never heard another Sade song.
First of all.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying, if I never heard it again, I'd be all right.
I walked out of a class once. I was in a stretching yoga class, and the lady played some Sade. Let me get up out here, man. I don't want to hear this.
I mean, let me make sure we're clear. Beyonce is a beautiful woman.
Yes.
But I'm just not.
She got a couple tunes, you know.
Stop. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
But I'm sorry.
Stop it.
But I'm not.
She's behind Michael Jackson. She's the next greatest entertainer. You need to stop it.
No, you
need to stop it. No. You need to stop it. We're not going to do
better
this.
Than Prince?
We're not going to do this. Yes.
Is she better than Usher?
Yes. Don't even do this. Don't do this. Usher can't sell out AT&T. Stop it. Don't do this.
You remind me of something.
Don't do this. I can't do this with y'all. I can't do this.
It's so matter of factly.
It is matter of fact. She's much better than Usher. Stop it.
I'm not talking about Usher. I'm talking about. Prince was like up there.
Yeah,
she's not better than Prince.
Oh, she's better. It's okay.
Stop.
I'm not going to do this.
No.
I'm not going to do this. I'm not.
She is not better than Prince. She's not better than Prince.
It's not. We're not going to do this.
You're not going to be wrong.
We know you're not going to be wrong.
She's not better than Prince.
I cannot believe you're doing this. And
why are you so matter of fact that she's better than Prince?
Her performance was more. It wasn't just about the music. It's about the culture, the preach she putting down. She got Shabuzi out there. She got all the black female country stars out there.
Still
she
not
put
better
people
than Prince.
on.
Still not better than Prince.
You know, she had your boy. What's
her movie at? Where's Purple Rain at? What's
I'm not going to do this.
I ain't talking about Austin Powers.
I'm not going to do this.
You talking about Rockstar?
Right.
I'm not fixing to do this with y'all. Yeah, y'all are killing me right now.
I don't know why he's so upset.
I know, man.
Okay, so she's top 5.
Can we do the predictions?
This is top ridiculous. 5 all time.
He talking about she had 2. I mean, y'all. You don't have to diss her.
I said
she had a couple of tunes. Don't do that. I mean, that's just
a couple hits.
She had more than a couple hits.
I said she
that's
had
just a
good
lie.
music.
That's a fat out lie.
But I said
she's had a couple of hits, man. Yes. Crazy in Love.
Couple. That's just a flat out lie. So you can't got to go over the top.
I just said I wasn't the biggest Beyonce fan.
This is a black woman like this. Anyway, let's move on to the picks.
She's going to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She's going to all the Hall of Fame. Let's move on to the picks.
And if not, Jay Hova, make sure she get this.
Stop it. Let's not do this. Let's get on to the picks. We got night game. I cannot believe you. Whoa.
Seattle at Chicago. JJT, what you got, man?
3-2 Seattle.
Chill.
She even brought Post Malone out last night.
That's what I'm talking about. Rockstar.
I think. Where's the game?
It is in Chicago.
It's gonna be cold either way, but Seattle is playing for a playoff berth. You know, it'll be more than 6-3. They got 20-13 Seattle.
20-13. Okay, let upgrade you. I'll go Seattle. 26 to 14.
In a waterfall.
All right, we got the Dallas Cowboys at.
That was not the wrong group.
Philadelphia.
3-2. That's my score for the
wrong
week.
group.
Can Cooper Rush can he be a survivor? He's not gonna give up. He's not gonna survive. What you got?
Let me see. Dallas and Philadelphia on the road. Cooper Rush, no CeeDee.
Rain.
They got we don't know if Jalen Hurts is playing yet. I say Philadelphia 21-6.
Cooper Rush has not been good at Philly or against Philly. He's played well, but he's not been able to get over Philly, and he will not have CeeDee. So I just don't think the Cowboys will have enough punch in this game. Although our guy Rico Dowdle is roughly 100 yards away from topping 1,000 for the season, which is a goal of his. But Philly 24, Cowboys 13.
Do 31-14, Philadelphia. No CeeDee Lamb, just you're losing bodies. Losing recipes. Is what it is.
Hey, did y'all just hear the new breaking news? Former Philadelphia Eagle receiver, Deshaun Jackson, about to become the head coach at Delaware State.
Yeah, Delaware State started early, but we was on the
Deion has started a movement.
Look at that. My old sister producer, Byron Jackson, used to bring his little brother in who was in junior high. He said, yeah, I knew he was going to be good.
Deshaun Jackson?
It was Deshaun.
How about that?
It's Deshaun, so good for him, man. Very happy for him. All right.
Beehive, get it. It's Jock Taylor and Newey Scruggs. Beehive, get on them. Get them. Get them, Beehive.
And the Sade people, we don't want to hear that either. I'm good. Media Mash, Clarence Hill, Jock
Haters.
Taylor,
Haters
Newey
on
Scruggs.
Queen Bay.
Goodbye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!